Hey up guys, welcome back to Bounds of Pest Control. This week's video is a little bit different for you. I've been out testing this. It's a One Leaf NV500 Commander Eagle. In between all snow and hurricanes and wind and rain and everything else what we've had going, I managed to get out to the farm and do a bit of testing. I'm not doing any unboxing videos because I find them boring. I really do. And I suppose you might. We all know what's in the box. It's what counts that matters. So this one is a little bit different from the predecessor, which is a 400. His reason being, it's got detachable lens. It's got a 2x and a 4x lens what comes with it. I'll briefly read out what's on the box. Like I'm saying, I'm not going into it, find them boring. It's got 4K recording, 120 frames a second, down to 60 frames a second. Got 2K, 30 frames a second. You got night range up to 1300 feet. The rangefinder reckons took about 1300 yards, something like that. It's got the one-shot zero, and I'll come to that later on because I've still got issues with it, personal issues. You've got 7 reticles, 5 different colours. It's got a starry mode, night mode, day mode, which meant to be obviously what it is. I suppose it's set up in software for optimum. Got gyroscope, rangefinder. They're your different reticles, whether you're interested or not. Different colours of them as well. So like I say, it's got interchangeable lenses, which these are them. They're covered up at the rear of them by plastic caps, and they've got metal pins. So the scope itself knows which lens is attached to it. It comes with the IR torch, your standard one, 18650 power, charger for the battery, confusion booklets, link cloth, an embossed bag to keep it all in, One Leaf. Like I say, I've been out since Christmas, well just after Christmas, in between snow and whatnot, testing it at farms, bit of daylight, night mode, and also using ballistic calculator because I think I've set it up right. That's your sunshade for when it's sunny as well. Just screw it on. It's meant to be to stop all distortion when light shines in. Better quality images, videos. Like a little dust cap. At minute, that's the small one what's on it. That's the 2x. Put that over there. And that is the 4x. Like I say, they are detachable. All you do, just pull that back and twist and turn it. It's the same when you're putting it on. You just line the arrows up with a finger and the lock. And the lock in, easy. The Allen key is for your rangefinder. If you want to take it off, just unscrew it. Just unscrew that. You can put your IR torch on it and just lock it up that way. Easy. Yeah. Like I say, it's good 4K footage. I've been out with it. I've been to the farm. I've been a bit of testing with ballistic calculator at different ranges, and I've been into settings, and but what I've watched back, you can't see distances, but it does give you the option to do it. For whatever reason, I've turned it off and not noticed. So on screen, you can see what it is, ranges, but on recorded footage you can't. So that's my fault, not this. Like I said, I started at 13 yard, which is zeroed in my back garden. went to 20 yard and 30 yard. So better see footage in that. And difference in reticle, it was just moving so slightly, which shows it's working. But like I say, I think I've worked it out right and put coefficiency in and all that. Some of you might have seen last year I did a review for the MV500, which this is the same, obviously just smaller. At the minute, Harry uses it on his channel, Young Guns Pest Control. You can see its size difference in it. He hasn't got the rubber eyepiece on. You can see how much smaller it is. It's lighter as well than its predecessor. Like I say, you can see his footage on Young Guns Pest Control. Like I say, I'm not going into details because there's too much technology in it, too many options for me to sit and go through. These ones are pretty straightforward. Recording your photo, your picture in picture, your night mode. You press that ranges and turn it for your on-screen options. Like I said, there's loads. I'm not going to go through and bore you to death. And I've been using it, like I said, for 4 weeks-ish, something like that. I'm really happy with it. It hasn't froze up. But if you've watched that other video what I did last year for the 400, it's still not being changed. When you trying to do a one shot zero on it, it's hard. Well, I find it pretty hard to do because you've got to alt scope straight, level, and on the screen you've got to turn this, and it moves reticle. So I find it pretty hard doing it, to be honest with you. Whether you want to do it and try and clamp it or vice it, it's up to yourself. But you see footage later on, I tried to do it when I went to the farm. Because what my theory were is if you swap lenses, let's see, then it wouldn't lose its zero, it'd hold it. So you could save it as profile B and profile A. So when you interchange them, but I don't think it does, which scuppered my theory because I thought it would have done. So each time you change it, I've found, whether I've been doing it wrong or not, I've found that you've got to just do a quick zero on it, which when you're out in field, it's not the best option. So what I've decided I'm doing with it is using bigger lens, which is four times lens. In fact, on about lens size as well, it's there. The smaller one is 2x26, and the bigger one is 4-52. Which has got quite a good zoom on it. Some other footage as well, what I've been out. Like I just said previously, I've done some attempt menu just to turn on-screen data off. But the rabbits what I saw, which you'll see later on, they were about 82 yards, 83 yards, something like that. So bear in mind that we're using this lens and basic IR torch what comes with it, and quality of it is quite good actually. The night vision is meant to be up to about 430 odd yard night vision, and rangefinder about 1,300 yards, something like that. But you'll see later on, I've done a bit of also it's ratting. Obviously with rats you can see how good and clear the close-up footage is, and the rabbits, and they were about 80 something yard. And also sheep, I think they're about 40 yard, 50 yards, something like that, I can't really remember. So you'll see what it is, it's good quality footage. The thing what I don't like about it, the main one is, like I've just said, the one shot zero, I still don't like it. Makes it hard. And also from other manufacturers as well, they have an app. So if you can record it onto your phone, download your footage straight to your phone, which with this one you haven't. it just plugs it in to charge it up. There. Speaking of charging as well, before I forget, right, the NV500, it's got the option on top turret, put your 18650 battery in, a spare one, right? This hasn't. So as I found out last time I went to farming it, once it's flat, you're going back to car and you're going home, because they didn't know the way to put a spare battery in, unless you have some type of power bank and try and charge it up that way, or maintain power, but that just defeats object to me, which I think it's a bit of a letdown. There's no way for it to put spare battery in. So a quick summary of it, it's a good scope. I'm not trying to flog it to you, I'm not trying to sell it, I'm not trying to bullcrap you. I ain't been told to say, oh, it's super, it's this, it's that, it's other. I'm just here to say what I think of it. Folk who know who I am, what I'm like, they'll tell you the same. I don't try and polish a turd. It's a good scope. I've been to range, into a range with it, to try it out without wind, and it's inside, with flickering LED, not LED lights, strip lights and that. It doesn't distort it. I'm not putting that footage on because it's got other people in background and that, so. But I've watched the footage back and lights don't flicker either. Sometimes when you're watching videos about the strip lights, you can see them flicker and whatnot. I ain't seen that on this. Like I say, I'm not here to try and sell you it. I'm just a quick review for you. I'm really happy with it. One thing I could do with making a bit better is this. Like I say, you've got to use Allen key to take torch off. I don't know why I just don't make no quick release mounts or what, I don't know. Instead of carrying Allen key about. The same when you come to take rangefinder off, just unscrew it. But it fits in my box as it is, so I'm happy with it. So I'm going to put a link down below for you to One Leaf's website, to this product. You can go from there. If you want to buy it, you can. If you don't want to look at it, no hardship. So I hope you enjoy the footage later on, after me waffling on. I hope I haven't bored you too much. And stay tuned for more rat in action. And Harry uses the 400 like I've just said. He uses it all the time. So if you go to YouTube and go on Young Guns Pest Control, give him a thumbs up to his videos. He can't go on at minute, so it's just footage what he puts on. So stay tuned, guys, and thanks very much. Right, guys, what I've done, I've come to the farm for a bit of real life field testing. I've got the target set up there. I've just ranged it with this, and it's 13 point something yard. That's where it's zeroed at, just about 13 and a half, I think, 14 yard. So this is the, like I've just said, the MV500 Eagle from One Leaf. I'm going to do a series of test shots with it. This one's at 13 yard. I'm going to move back to 20 yard, move back to 30 yard, and see how we get on. The whole idea of it doing this is a programmed ballistic calculator, so hopefully it records on screen where the aim point actually is when it's ranged it and worked out the distance. So I'm going to have a crack at this now and see what it does. These are 16 grain Air Arms Diablo, I think, as the users. This is my test rifle as well, so let's have a look. As you can see, it's a little bit windy. So I'm shooting out of this building, across farmyard, into grass banking. As you can see, pretty much bang on. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to move back like I've just said, 20 yard and 30 yard and see how it goes on. And this is the smallest lens what's come. I forgot where it is off the top of my head. I'll put a little note on the bottom here. So what I'm going to try and do, I think it will work, is because when you put the scope on, the lens on scope, it needs redoing, re-zeroing. The scope itself knows which lens it is. So I'm hoping, like on here and pretty much other scopes as well, you can put different profiles on. So what my idea is, if I change it to a bigger lens and re-zero it and save it as profile B, I think it'll work. But that's the whole point of being here today, a bit of testing for you. I'll have one more shot. Yeah, bang on. So I'm going to move back now to 20 yard. Spot on. Right, so what I've done, I've moved back to 20 yard. 20 and a half yard actually. But we've got a slight right to left wind, so slightly. But like I'm saying, I'm shooting from in here where there's no wind, across there where there's a left to right wind. So hopefully, we'll see how good it is. And point of aim's also moved up slightly as well, which shows that ballistic calculator is actually working. I'll cock it. It's off, but I think that's because of wind. Oh me. That's not the scope, that's me. As you can see, it's consistently like that, so not sure as to why that is at the minute. Right, so I've just ranged this and it's 29.7 yard, so it's near enough to 30 yard. Still the same, in building, shooting across, and I think that wind is just affecting it slightly. And on that pellet drop, I've just been having a think it's been fine when I've been zooming in. Sorry, when I haven't zoomed in, but when I've just been zooming it up +2, it were down a bit, so I'm not sure why that is. So we'll try this at 30 yard and we'll see where we end up. It'll be better if I cock it, won't it? I've had to zoom in a bit as well. I wonder if that's something to do with it. Yeah, that's zoom out a bit and see what crack is there. I might need to use the other lens for it for some reason, I don't know. Let's try. Let's go and have a look at that. Right, so what I've decided to do is swap lenses. So this is the other one what comes with it, the bigger zoomed one, if you like. So it'll pull little catch in and off it comes. Easy. Take the rubber cap off. It's easier said than done. Just line the little arrow up, little finger on that. And this has never been on as well, so hopefully it goes right. Can't beat live filming as well. There. I didn't push it quite in far enough. That's why it won't working. So, like I said earlier on, the theory is if I change this to profile B and re-zero it, I will try it without zeroing it and see where we end up. But I've got a funny feeling that it will need zeroing. We'll see. Right. It turns out that you have got to change that. So I'm back at 14 yard again. But this time that's with the bigger lens on. I've tried to zero it best I can. But like I've said in my other video for the MV500, what it could do with it, guys, is the freeze frame option. And as you can see, I'm trying to balance it on my hand. Aim for pellet hole and both reticle to where it actually landed. Which, it's a bit hard. I ain't got a tripod or any resting or like that, because I thought it would be. be fine, but obviously it's not. So like I say, I'm back at 20 yard. No, I'm at 14 yard. We'll see how we get on. Let's go and have a look at that, guys. Being on my mind on way back home about when it's being zoomed in and pellets going off just slightly to the left. I know you can argue that it could be 0 watts out, but when it's not zoomed in, it's perfect. It's point of impact all the time. But I don't understand as to why when it's zoomed in, it always looks to be going off a bit. When I get home, I'll have a look on Harry's on his MV500 and see if that does the same. But I ain't come across it before. It don't do it on my Alpex. So if you've had any issues with it, if you've noticed it before, do me a favour please and just put a comment below and let me know, because I can't work out what it is. The only thing what I can think on is when it's zoomed in, obviously it's zoomed in, and the slightest bit of movement when you're pulling trigger, could it be that? That's the only thing what I can think on. So if you leave a comment below for me, if they actually go on, and let me know if you have any problems with it, or if you can overcome it somehow. So we'll carry on. You see guys, nothing wrong with that. Don't worry, sheep weren't shot, the rabbits weren't shot, the cows weren't shot, nothing was shot. I'm just showing you footage. And like I said earlier on, it ranges from 50 yard to I think it was 83, 84 yards, something like that. So it just shows how good quality it is in dark. So just thought I'd stick that bit in for you. Right guys, as you can see, these sheep here, 85 yard away. Picture quality on it, it's pretty good. And that's on IR level 1. Level 2, that's level 3. Right guys, I'm just putting this video together for you, and I received an email back from One Leaf. I did a little video in the back garden for them and sent them a link to it on the channel. And they have confirmed what I thought it were. That when it's zoomed in, it's like a zero shift just a little bit. Don't forget, we're just talking maybe 5-10 mil at most. But I didn't want to portray scope as being naff and not holding zero and not shooting straight and whatnot. Plus on that, when I was shooting at the farm as well, it were windier than what I thought it were as well. So we're shooting out at building and pellet were getting caught in wind and were just drifting off to the left, and if you noticed or not. But like I said, there's nothing wrong with scope. It's me. So I hope you've enjoyed the video in here guys. If you go to the shooting show next week, I hope they can see you there. Come and say hello. See you later guys.
That's all folks. Thanks for watching.